Hey guys, I'm back. It is time to finally put an end to this series. This is the 13th and final episode of the Turbo Snail construction series. It has been 2 years since I started this project, and I'm honestly happy for this to be over with. I think it's time to move on from all of the horrible mistakes that I've made with this. But yeah, only a few things to finish up. It's actually just one thing to add to this thing, the card reader, and then we're done. I'll upload it to the workshop for anyone who wants to try it out for themselves, learn from it, scream in agony when trying to make it work. But yeah, let's do this. So here we've got the card reader in question. This was actually used on the original useless machine that I made a very long time ago. This thing works by simply moving a reader arm forwards, reading it with sensors, reading black paint on a concrete slab, and then outputting that, incrementing it, and it automatically increments the register and then manually saves to the RAM. So I was just showing you there how it moves along, and then all you have to do is throw a card in there, hit the button, and then it just loads it into memory, which is why this is so useful, because you don't want to program any of that stuff by hand. Yeah, so just weld it on the side, connect it up to the main bus, and that should be about it. We also need to do the memory address and also the write command. Yeah, there we go, just hook up the memory address. It can only get 16 in there, because otherwise it would be really unstable with the mechanical arm. And then here I realized that this is actually outputting for a couple of ticks, which we don't want. We only want it to be outputting for one tick. And here I completely forgot how to make a rising edge monostable. It has been a long time since I've worked on this stuff, so glad that I'm not going to have to do this again. Yeah, so now you can't see because it's in fast forward mode, but there is a one tick pulse coming out of that. So then just feed that into the right, and then I just reset everything, take out a slab of concrete, and then paint a little bit of stuff in there. I just put in a little test card to make sure that I know what address it is, and then some random crap, and then just scan it. It goes along through each one, scans it, outputs it, and then I read, and it all goes in there successfully. Easy as that. And then just remove that. And next up we have cleaning up the ops codes, because there's a bunch of stuff that we don't need, because we're done. We no longer need any of this space, so I'm just filling in null, and actually I'm going to remove all these guys, because we don't use them, and including the Alt F4 key, which completely kills it, because we don't actually use that. And just clean up the ops codes, and we're done. That's it. 2 years of work finally completed. That feels amazing. I no longer have to do this. You'll no longer be waiting on me to upload after like 6 months of radio silence. It's done. The computer's done. I didn't get everything in that I wanted to, but I was a little bit ambitious with the task list that I wanted. No way of actually outputting anything other than coming over here and being like, oh hey, what's in there? Nothing. Great, it's broken. Yeah, no output system. I wanted to get the JVP ports working. I don't think I actually showed a video on that, but me and Vidgut made a system where computers could actually talk to each other through a router. I don't think the game would survive having this spawned in, plus the router, plus another computer, just to show you the router. Yeah, this is the router. It's not that bad compared to this, but then you'd also have a second computer welded on one of the outputs of this. So imagine two of these plus this, all on the same grid, or I don't know if you call it a grid in Scrap Mechanic, but yeah, all in the same creation. That would not bode well. But this is good enough. This has been a learning experience, and I think I'm done with big scrap mechanic computers like this. I'm going to continue with programming and stuff. I'm going to continue with scrap mechanic, just not at the same time. I might do like small circuits and stuff, but I'm not making another computer like this. I might make a small one or something with mods, screw around with it. But yeah, that's Turbo Snail wrapped up. Future projects, I will be working on like actually programmed stuff. I have a notebook with a bunch of plans for stuff to make in like JavaScript, or sorry, not JavaScript, Java, just regular old Java. I have a bunch of artificial intelligence stuff that I want to mess around with, and an assembly emulator. None of them are going to work out amazingly, but I have made AIs in the past, and they did kind of work, so hopefully I can make them a bit better. And something in scrap mechanic that I'll be able to do, I'm thinking of making sort of like a flight school video series where I show off how to make planes work, because it's a lot of fun to mess around with planes in scrap mechanic. They don't actually work how they do in real life. Planes don't fly in scrap mechanic like they do in real life, but it's still not horribly difficult to make planes, so I'll probably show off how to make planes and then how to fly them, and in the end I want to get to the point where I can show you how to make an ornithopter, which I've made in the past. But yeah, there's a little taste of what might be coming up soon. So yeah, this is done. I'm going to save it, upload it to the workshop, and I'll upload the ops codes to the Discord server, and have fun, I guess. Yeah, finally done with this thing.